What's going on? It's the Rap Nerd, and I am back with another segment of Off the Shelf. And in this episode, we're going to talk about 2001's Valentine. Now, if you're new to the channel, Off the Shelf is a series I created where I talk about a movie I love and also show y'all the physical media version of the film that I own and give backstory on how I got it and why I got this version, while also giving my thoughts on the movie in spoiler format. And it's only for films that I love, so I feel like it's killing two birds with one stone with celebrating art, in film and also celebrating physical media. So it's been a minute, but I feel like it's the perfect time to talk about this film since Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And the anniversary for this movie was last week, I believe. And the last cherry on top is I actually had a nice Twitter exchange with the director, Jamie Blanks, I believe his name is. He gave me some words of encouragement on my own film journey, and him saying something to me about how he went into the film gave me even more insight on it and makes me love it even more. So I just want to talk about that. So first off, Valentine is a slasher film that was released in 2001. And in this movie, a kid who was once picked on, I believe in middle school, comes back, I think 12 years later to knock off all the girls that turned him down at the Valentine's Day dance. And it is a whodunit slasher, and a lot of people will associate it with Scream. But the interesting thing, like I mentioned, is speaking to Jamie Blanks on Twitter, he said that it was not homage to the 90s, it was more so homage to the 80s. And after he said that, I was like, I can definitely see that, especially the way the ending happens. And I just love that aspect because it even goes deeper into why the movie is the way it is and why I love it. And like the 80s, this movie is hella campy, but I think what makes it good is because when you get to the 2000s, this era, in my opinion, is where you started to actually hire real talent to do horror films. So there are just better performances that can pull off the seriousness of a story to make it work, but you still get that campiness. I mean, I believe that kind of started in the 90s, and by the time the 2000s hit, we were full on having horror films with actual talent to play the characters. And that's one of the beloved things about this film, is it has a nice balancing act of both of them. So from the standpoint of the performances, it's an ensemble cast when it comes to the actors. I mean, you got David Bernays, Denise Richards, Mary Shelton, and Katherine Heigl as all of the leads. And if I pronounce any of their names wrong, excuse me, not great with pronunciations. But all four of these actors were hot shit at the time. So to have them all come in this slasher movie and give the performances they gave automatically just elevates the movie itself from what you're going to get out of the performances. Though Catherine's role is a bit like Drew Barrymore, but it's still bold to do that. And I can say that's the only thing I feel like it's followed suit with Scream, is having the biggest actor of the film get murked off early. But still, the cast is stacked. So to balance out the performance, again, the camp is ramped up to insane levels. One of the things that I love so much about the movie is the fact that nearly every single dude that's in this film is either a horn dog or a douchebag. They're all so overly sex-driven, it is ridiculous. And of course, this was done by design. I mean, the opening sequence has a dude named Jason, ironically, because that's my name too, so I always laugh at that, who references himself in third person and even goes on a date and is so damn cheap he doesn't even pay for the meal, and he tries to slither his way out of it. Then you have another guy who is talking to, I guess, the main actress or the final girl named Kate, and every time he sees her, he's just rhyming. He's like, "Hey Kate, my name's Jake. Want to go on a date?" And this archetype is just spread across the entire movie, leading to one of my favorite moments when this douchebag that Denise Richards is dealing with goes, "Wax it." But even with all of the campiness, I feel like it still delivers a great slasher with the types of kills it does. It's very inventive. I mean, you have the guy with a Cupid mask on that just in itself looks so ridiculous because it's so childlike, it's smaller than a guy's head. But it's really an iconic look in my honest opinion. And I don't think this movie gets enough credit for being on the iconic slasher lists. But he has an range of kills here. I mean, one kill, he's actually using a bow and arrow. Another kill, he bashes a guy back and forth with an iron. Denise Richards' character gets locked in a jacuzzi and then an electric saw thrown in there so she gets electrocuted. So there's a lot of fun stuff when it comes to that in the movie that I really enjoy. And I also love how fully committed it is to the holiday of Valentine's Day. There's decor everywhere. Even the third act is just a big ass Valentine's Day party that looks fun as hell. I'm like, who's gonna throw a party like that? I definitely wanna go. I mean, it's this mansion that's got the red and pink lights. Everything inside is fully decorated with hearts and these Cupid drinks, man. It looks like a good ass time. It even plays on the tropes of Valentine's Day with having these like demented Valentine's Day cards that one of the characters opens, and in one scene a box of chocolates is sent to one of the main characters and it has maggots inside of it. Like, it's just the play on the holiday is just so awesome, and it's why I've watched it every single year since I've known about it. Now again, this is spoilers, so I'm gonna get into the ending, and I love how it ends in this homage to the 80s where it finally is discovered that David's character is the killer, but the cool thing about it is he's never outed, you know? And it's just revealed in such a way that's a callback to the beginning of the film, because the nosebleed is shown throughout the entire damn movie when a killer kills somebody. So at the end, when he hugs Kate and you see that blood dripping and she's just looking into the camera all psychotic. The first time I saw that, I was like, oh shit, because I don't know why I had no idea that it was him, and just the fact that I thought that was cleverly done. And the movie I think about most that it kind of relates to in regards to how to reveal it is this 80s film called Edge of the Axe, where the killer is revealed after she hugs a guy and her face just goes into this psychotic smile and it's a freeze frame. This movie 100% reminds me of that in regards to the ending. And I love that in this time period when all of these slashers do hit the new boom and follow Scream, it chose to go about it differently, which I also think is underrated, especially around the time of release. So overall, man, I absolutely love this movie, and if you have never seen it, it's on Tubi right now. Definitely get us a watch before Valentine's Day is here, or watch it on Valentine's Day. This is my favorite Valentine's Day slasher. And now getting into when I first saw it. I didn't get to see it in cinemas, of course, because 2001, I was a teenager and I was not of age to go to the cinema to see it. But years later, it played on Sci-Fi Channel, which I got to give my praises to that channel. That's really what got me into horror the way I am. And a lot of my early horror film watches came from Sci-Fi. So this was right in that bucket of movies that they were showing during Valentine's Day. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is an instant classic. And I never owned the film back then, but I did used to search for it. And if I saw it, whether it be on the TV guide where, you know, the scrolling was, I would watch it every Valentine's Day. And then it got to a point where the age of like on demand started. And if it was on demand somewhere, I would always watch it in Valentine's Day around the season, you know what I mean? Fast forward to many, many years later, in the 2010s, I finally just bought a DVD randomly because I've always collected physical media, right? And I always was more so just wanting to build my library. And I was different than where I am now, where I like collectible stuff, you know what I mean? The exclusives. But back then, I just wanted to have a blockbuster in my house, you know, and watch anything I want. So I had it on DVD. But fast forward, when I came more of a collector, I finally bought the Scream Factory version, and that's the one I'm here to show you today. I paid a pretty penny for this because a few years ago, all of the Scream Factory releases were selling for high prices, even being used. So I think I might have paid like a good $50 for this. But I love slipcases. You know, I'm more of a steelbook and box set guy, but slipcases are a must for me, especially with this artwork. Like, I absolutely love this art, and Scream Factory can do no wrong. I'm hoping that they release a 4K steelbook sometime soon, whether it be next year. I feel like the time has already passed now with Valentine's Day coming up. I would feel like they would probably try to release it before to take advantage of the holiday, but I'll wait it out. But until then, I have this Scream Factory version with the custom artwork that they usually are known for. Turned it on the back. And then, as Scream Factory does, they have the reversible artwork right here. Standard back. And this is just a Blu-ray. I don't even think there's a 4K period of this movie out. I wonder who's gonna take the first step to make that happen. I don't know who it is, but when they do, I'm gonna jump on it. I just hope that it's some type of exclusive artwork, whether it be a steelbook or I'll even take an Arrow video version of it. I want something exclusive for a movie like this because it is highly deserving of it. And again, the inside is reversible, but I like to use the original posters whenever it is reversible because it's like having two different artworks in one film. I mean, that's pretty much it for this. It's pretty bare bone, but again, I bought it for the slipcase because I think this artwork is awesome. I would love to have a poster like this that I could swap out around this time of year, because it's not like a broken record, but literally have watched this movie for the past 20 years, you know? And if you are interested in finding this, you gotta go on eBay. That's the only place you're gonna be able to find it. That's actually where I bought this for the first time. I believe eBay and Macari might have it, but just know you might end up spending a pretty penny for it. I haven't looked as of recently, but back half a decade ago, I definitely spent about $50 on this. So that's the copy that I own of Valentine. So real quick, like we are at the end of this segment, and let me know in the comments, have you seen Valentine? And do you watch it as much as I do? I know there are plenty of Valentine's horror movies out there. I know My Bloody Valentine is a big one that people watch a lot, but I don't really hear enough about this film. And I really wanted to make it as just another way to give Jamie Blanks his flowers for making such a fun, campy slasher that also is influenced on me as a filmmaker. Slashers are my favorite genre, and I have goals to make my own slasher film. So what he did in this movie from a direction standpoint plays an influence on the way that I do things and helps shape my taste. So Jamie, if you are watching, thank you for this movie, as well as Urban Legend. That's another one of my joints too. And just know that this is a cult classic. So again, let me know if you've seen the movie. Put the comments below. And of course, if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. And until next time, peace. RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy. Instead of banking on it, now rapping is just a hobby.